Why does it feel like your life is stagnant and never changing, never shifting in the direction that you want it to? If you click this video, that is probably you to a certain extent. You feel stuck in your ways. We're going to talk about a couple of reasons why that's the case to give you some insight into how you can solve this problem that you're facing of stagnance and resistance to change. So there's a couple different ways that your life can feel stagnant. The first one is quite obvious, and we'll cover that for a bit, and then we'll get to the second one. The first reason that your life is going to feel stagnant is because you are not making any actual tangible changes. You stick to the same apartments, the same job, you hang around the same friends, and I'm willing to bet that if the general theme around your life is stagnance with a sort of negative, melancholic connotation, then these things that aren't changing aren't really inspiring to you. You're not really inspired by where you live. You're not really inspired by the work you do, and perhaps you're not inspired by the people that you hang out with or the activities that you do in your spare time as well. Now, the obvious answer here is to change things up, to start aligning your life, all those things we talked about, where you live, the people you hang out with, what you do with your time, in a direction that feels more inspiring and more engaging. Things that you care genuinely about, people that you care to spend time with. So if that is insightful to you and something that you haven't thought about, take that and run with it. But I'm willing to bet a lot of you have probably thought about that or maybe heard that before. Maybe you're thinking, well, yeah, that's obvious, but you just can't bring yourself to make those changes. You feel stuck in your ways, like you're wanting to make a change, but it's like you're wearing cinder blocks on your feet. You go and take a step and it's just so heavy you can't seem to move. Well, there's two main reasons why you're probably stuck in your ways, and we're going to talk about them now. The first reason is that you just have a crippling fear of the unknown, and you have just been cocooned in a sort of comfort that stagnance is providing you. So there's actually a part of you that is choosing the stagnance because it serves a purpose. It helps you to feel comfortable. It helps you to feel safe, because the other option is you make change, and that's scary. You start to change parts of yourself, which means the old you, to an extent, has to die. And that's threatening to your ego structure. So it's really intimidating, it's really scary, and you just stay where you are because it serves the purpose of comfort and security, even though it's a false sense of comfort and security. Because the reality is, if you're feeling this stagnance, if you click this video, you are probably in a place of deep suffering with regards to the stagnance of your life. And if I asked you the question, would you rather choose that sense of security that the stagnance is providing, or completely remodel your life based off of the newfound awareness you have of why you're being stagnant, I'm willing to bet you would choose stepping into the unknown and starting to make some change. So with this new awareness now of the fact that your stagnance is serving a purpose, I want you to become aware of the fact that it's a false sense of security. The pain of regret for not making any changes is going to be more painful than the pain of working through the fear around making changes. So I want you to become deeply aware of that, contemplate that for a bit until it really hits home, until it really sinks in as a genuine insight. And hopefully that will help you to take off those cinder block slippers that you have on and actually take a step in the right direction, and then take another step and make changes that are inspiring, that are more aligned with what you genuinely want for your life. Now we're going to talk about the second reason why you might know that you should be making changes, but you're really just struggling to take the steps. And it really is similar to the first one. It's because whatever you are stuck in right now is serving a purpose. It is getting a need met for you. So maybe you're in a toxic relationship, or maybe you've had a pattern of toxic relationships and you want to change that, but you just can't seem to change it. It's because the partners that you are attracting and attracted to, their toxic behavior, maybe it's selfishness, maybe it's verbal abuse, maybe it's even physical abuse, It's actually helping you get a need met. There is a part of you that is getting a need met through whatever it is that you are doing, and that's why you're doing it. Like I said, whether it's constantly getting yourself into toxic relationships, or maybe working the job that you work even though you don't like it, or whether it's just overall fear of change. You're stagnant, as we talked about before, because the need you're getting met there is the comfort that comes with being able to just sink into the life that you're currently living. But if there's something very specific that you want to change and you can't seem to, you feel stuck in your ways, it's because you're getting a need met. So contemplate the behavior that you have that you would like to change and ask yourself, what part of me is this actually serving? What part of me wants this? Maybe you play a lot of video games and you want to change that. Well, there's a part of you that really just enjoys video games. You have a lot of fun playing them. But obviously, if you play video games for 5 hours a day, that's pretty destructive too. It's going to eat into your time and your ability to do other things. The need that you need to get met there, maybe it's fun, entertainment, enjoyment. Try to come up with some ways that you can meet that need in a more healthy way. So find some hobbies, find some ways to have fun in that example that are more aligned with where you want to be, who you want to be. So that's fundamentally why you're having trouble making changes. You're scared of the unknown, you're comfortable in the stagnance that you're already in, and for more specific things that you want to be changing, you're having a hard time because whatever it is that you're currently doing is meeting a need. So you can't just stop it altogether because then you're not going to get that need met. There's a part of you that is saying, keep doing this because it's meeting a need. Understand what that need is, what that part of you is, and attempt to meet its needs in a more healthy way, in a way that's more aligned with the changes that you want to make. And then dropping away those old habits that you don't want to be doing anymore, those old behaviors, will become a lot easier. So that's how you're going to be able to create moving energy, evolution in your life, and not just feel stagnant. And hopefully this helps you understand why your life feels stagnant, why it feels like nothing is changing. And I guess real quick before we go, I want to cover the really obvious one. Maybe it's just because you're pretty lazy and you're not putting in the work required to actually make changes. Now, if that's the case, start to consciously develop some work ethic. Start to consciously develop being able to apply yourself to building a skill for an hour or two every day. Start to practice meditation, hone your focus, hone your discipline. Just very much first principles that are very healthy for creating a healthy life. I have a whole bunch of videos on my channel that talk about how to develop healthy habits and that cover those sort of first principles that I just spoke about. I hope you guys found this video valuable. I hope the information that we talked about here today helps you to make some changes that you're wanting in your life. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.